Good day everyone. So we're going to discuss about the Module 15 water supply system in buildings. So our learning objectives for today is to enumerate the types of distributing the water in the building and also illustrate the hot and cold water distribution system. So let's get to it.
Water is a combination of two chemical elements called hydrogen and oxygen. It appears in its natural state as liquid, solid, ice, or gas water vapor, or steam. In its liquid form is 839 times heavier than air, but in its gaseous state or in the form of vapor, it is 133 times lighter than air. In short, water is 133 times lighter than air in its gaseous state, while in its liquid state, it is 839 times heavier than air. There are three main sources of water. The first one is rainwater, and the second one is natural surface water, and the third one is underground water. Rainwater or tubig ulan. It is defined as rainfall precipitation collected from a roof catchment. It is known as major source of water from rain. The second one is surface water. This type of source is found on the surface of the earth, like ponds or rivers. It is a body of surface water can persist all year long or for only part of the year. Lastly, the underground water. It is a source of water that is under the land surface. It is accessible by wells, tube wells, and hand pumps.
So let's move on to our next topic, common impurities of water. So ano nga ba yung ibig sabihin ng impurities of water? So ito yung mga madudumi or hindi siya safe na water na nahaluan ng mga elements o tinatawag nating TSS, total suspended solid. Ito yung mga elements na hindi siya dinesign para maihalo sa tubig or hindi siya nadidissolve sa tubig like alikabok, kalawang, buhangin, o putik. So, una sa ating common impurities of water is entrained gas. So, entrained gas as fluids of well-bore circulatory system, many well intervention operation are conducted with the well lip or held on balance. So, in short, itong entrained gas na to, ito yung mga gases na napipick up from atmosphere tapos na idadala dito sa lupa. So, next thing is dissolved minerals. So, dissolved minerals is kind of impurities in water include salts or minerals. So, sa dissolved minerals naman, ayun nga, kagaya sabi dito, mga minerals na naihalo sa tubig like salts and minerals. So, these minerals are not important and harmful to organism. It may be organic or inorganic. So, sa dissolved material, sa dissolved minerals ay pwede daw siyang organic or inorganic. Isa sa mga example nito ay sodium, calcium, magnesium, potassium, at marami pa. So, ang tawag to sa mga elements na to or mga substances na to ay common constituent. Yun, tinatawag din siyang common constituent. So, let's move on. Next is suspended and colloidal material. So, colloidal impurities in water include organic waste product and amino acid. So, this problem occurred due to contact with suspended matter and elements like sand, rocks, and organic matter flowing in river that render undrinkable water or non-pure. So, sa colloidal material, ito yung tubig na nahaluan ng mga bato, buhangin, na nahihalo sa mga tubig, kagaya ng tubig sa rivers. So, last is the radioactive material. So, in terms of radioactive, alam naman natin na Some elements of radioactive is ano ba? Cobalt, iodine, plutonium, and ano pa? Strontium. Yan, ayan ang mga radioactive materials na kadalasan nahahalo sa water. So, dito sa radioactive materials, pwede siyang hmm, pwede siyang naturally occur or galing sa ating nature or pwede siyang human-made. So, sa natural occur naman, ito yung mga nakikita natin sa bato like radium and uranium. Yan, mga kadalasan nakikita yan sa bato. So, let's move on. So, next thing is the spring water for drinking and household purposes should be protected from. So, if we say spring water, ito yung mga tubig na ginagamit pang inom na kailangan natin iiwas sa mga bagay na sumusunod. So, unang-una dito ay ang surface or runoff water. So, in short, ito yung nakikita natin na tubig sa lupa kapag umuulan o yung mga maduduming tubig na dumadaloy sa lupa. Sunod ay alikabok or dust. Next is insect or mga insekto, wildlife, mga hayop, and stock. So, itong mga bagay na to, ayaw natin to may halo sa, syempre ayaw natin to may halo sa ating mga iniinom. Kasi pwede tayong makakuha na sakit na cholera, pwedeng diarrhea, dysentery, ano ba ba? Hepatitis A, typhoid, and polio.
Different types of individual wellspring. The first one is dug well. Dug well are shallow and they are not the best option for your drinking water. This type of well possess the highest risk of contamination of the water supply due to poor protection from surface water. Which means, hindi siya pwedeng inumin at ito yung mga poso and yung mga balon. Ang kadalasang wide niya is 2 feet. At ang isa pang dahilan ko bakit hindi siya pwedeng inumin is, yung hukay niya kasi is mababaw lang. The second one is the bored well. Bored well are constructed using a boring machine and they are usually have an average depth of about 15 meters or 50 feet. Ang ibig sabihin, mas malalim ang bored well kaysa sa dug well. Ang bored well, ginagamitan din siya ng auger. So, ano nga ba yung auger? Yung auger, ito yung parang drill na spiral siya para mas mabilis siyang mahukay or para mas mabilis nilang mahanap yung tubig or yung bato sa pinakailalim ng lupa. The third one is the driven point well or the sand point. Driven point well are constructed using assembled lengths of pipe that are driven into the ground. These wells are usually small, in diameter about 2 inches or less. Mas malalim po yung driven kesa sa dug and bored well. Based lang po sa pagkakaintindi ko, yung driven well po is pwede po siya sa palayan. Di ba po ang palayan, may mga patubig po yon. Yun po yung ginagamit nila. Kaya mas malalim po yung hukay niya para mas maraming tubig po yung lumabas or yung makuha nila. The last one is, or the fourth one is the drilled well or the drilling well is the process of drilling a hole in the ground for the extraction of a natural resource such as groundwater or natural gas or petroleum. So, ibig sabihin, ang best example po nito is yung sa gasolinahan po, yung pinag-i-stored po ng mga gas. Public water distribution. So, naka-classified po siya into two. So, ang first po is yung direct water supply. Direct water supply system is the one where the rising main feeds directly the cold water taps and a multiple point water heater
which means the water comes via a rising main, directly feeds all the cold taps and multi-point water heater. So the water taps and other water feeds all the main water pressure. The last one is the indirect pressure distribution or the indirect water supply. An indirect water supply system is the most common type found in the modern houses. So the mains water comes in via a rising main and directly feeds at least one cold tap and the kitchen sink with portable water, and may also feed a washing machine, a shower, and an outside tap, etc. The rising main also feeds a storage tank at a high point in the building from where the water is fed to all the other taps, etc. using the gravity.
So now we're going to proceed with the household water supply. So we all know that water is a prime necessity in all types of households because, let's be honest, everybody needs water for our everyday needs. So it is conveyed from the main to the household or building by means of pipes, classified as house service. This refers to the pipe connection from the public water main or any source of water supply to the building served. So this is the type of household or building pipes that we commonly see in our houses. Riser. This refers to the vertical supply pipe which extend upward from one floor to the next. And then branches. These are horizontal pipes that serve the faucets of fixtures. So this is an example of the house service pipe. Like what I said earlier, this is that kind of water pipe that we commonly see in households. Next one is types of cold water distribution. So by norm so next is the types of cold water distribution. So there are three: by normal water pressure from the public main, by overhead feed system, and by air pressure distribution system. So first one is the normal water pressure from the public main. This is normally inadequate to serve buildings. So So next one is the types of cold water distribution. So the first type is by normal water pressure from the public main. So this is normally inadequate to serve the buildings. Next one is by overhead feed system. This is where the water is pumped into a large tank on top of the building and is distributed to the fixtures by the means of gravity. So the advantages of the overhead feed system is that water is not affected by peak load R. So it is not affected by power interruptions as well, and the time needed to replace parts will not affect the regular supply of the water. So this is the one that we commonly see that the reservoir of water for different types of buildings. And lastly, by air pressure distribution system. So this is when the pressure supplied by city water supply is not strong enough. So compressed air is used to raise and push the water into the system. So this is the overhead feed system. It's like the one that has, like what I said, a reservoir of water, and then the air pressure distribution system. And that will be all. Thank you.